Hey everyone, Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here. Today we're taking a look at the last 2023 Subaru BRZ that we're going to be receiving. This is a Sport-Tech in the crystal black silica. So a fully loaded BRZ. Of course, this is the only rear-wheel drive offering from Subaru. Its sister car, the Toyota 86, developed jointly with Toyota. So it's powered by a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated engine, putting out 228 horsepower, which in a lightweight vehicle like this, it's plenty. Lots of power. They fixed the torque curve versus the previous gen, and it looks pretty darn good. Fuel doors on the rear passenger side, it's tied to the driver door. If the driver door is locked, this is locked. If this is driver door is unlocked, that's unlocked. That nice integrated duckbill spoiler into the trunk. You can get some more aggressive aftermarket ones if that's not to your liking. Now, this is the automatic with Sport-Tech, or the Sport-Tech with Eyesight. So it's the automatic. So you get the backup sensors in the rear bumper, and they'll actually apply the brakes if it thinks you're gonna hit anything between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. Good looking rear end on this. Now, to access the trunk, right above the logo and right below the backup camera, you press that and it pops. And there's actually a surprising amount of space in the trunk of a BRZ. I mean, you're not gonna fit someone my size in here if you tried to kidnap them, but you could fit a smaller person without ease. Couple suitcases underneath here. Fix-a-flat kit, and new owner's already thrown in a tire repair kit just in case. Got all your tools that you need on either side, recovery hook right there. And these seats do fold down. It is 100% fold, it's not a 60-40 split, and the idea is you could fit 4 full-size track tires in this BRZ. Take it to the track if you're gonna autocross it or race it. Got your trunk release from the inside if you ever get stuck in the back of your own car. Of course, this is the only 2-door offering that Subaru offers as well. Great looking car, fun to drive. If you have a chance to test one out, I do recommend it. They got a new body style in 22. And this is just a continuation of that. But sharp looking car. I think the front is very Porsche-esque. We do have functional vents here. Stick my fingers through. See that there. You get the larger 18-inch wheels with the Sport-Tech and a gray finish to those. A much nicer finish than the entry-level one, in my opinion. But sleek looking car. Now, it is a proximity key, so keys in my pocket. If I want to lock the door, I know it's kind of hard to see with the rain on it, but there's lines. Touch that, it's locked. I just simply wait a second, and again, so long as the key's within 46 inches, hand in, and it unlocks. Something else you don't see a lot of, frameless windows. I really like that. It's a nice touch. Door card, soft touch, hard plastic, then soft touch with the red contrast stitching. Bottle holder, easily accessible from the driver's seat. Got the window lock, your 2 auto windows, and your power mirror. Now, you get these very, very comfortable seats in the Sport-Tech. The bolstering's pretty intense, but it's not super hard. It's not gonna kill you getting in and out of it all the time. Very comfortable seats. If you have to access the second row, that. With the seat all the way back, there really isn't room for anyone or anything, but you do have the anchors for child seat. So, I have squished myself in the back of one of these before I sat sideways on a test drive because there was 2 interested parties and then I had to come along. Let's hop on in. We've got the ability to open the trunk. We've got a scroll wheel for the brightness of the gauges. Then they've done some really cool vents. I like this. I like the circle vent style that Subaru and Toyota combined on to make. Close that. It is just a manual bar ahead of the seat to move back and forward. Push button start, foot on the brake. And you get this cool animation on the all digital gauge cluster. And you can see quite a bit. You've got your RPMs around the outside, digital speedometer in the middle. You've got your fuel gauge on the bottom right. Got your temperature. And then this one on the right, or on the left, sorry. You can look at several different pieces of information. Set lap timer, G-force. It's pretty cool. You can customize this. It gives you run time. It's great. Headlights, you have full auto, or you can drive with them turned on. Steering wheel on the smaller side, easy to steer, leather wrapped with the red contrast stitching, and this right here is both tilt and telescopic. Left-hand side, we have our Bluetooth and audio controls, switch from AM to FM to aux, etc. Volume, go into presets, decliner, accept phone calls. Right-hand side, this is how I was navigating through that screen there. Then we've got the distance for our adaptive cruise, because having Eyesight, you do get the 2-color stereo Eyesight cameras right there. That'll do adaptive cruise control, lane centering, and automatic emergency braking. Saves you 10% on your basic insurance here in BC. You can do your voice commands. Cruise controls down here, very Toyota-esque, so push in. When you push it in, you get this top left portion here. It tells you what speed you set to, and those bars there, that's the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you. You'll follow it if you catch up. And then to set cruise, once you're at speed, you pull down. And then if you have to tap the brake to stop or slow down, tap up and it'll resume the speed you had set. Wipers. Up just does a mist, one down is intermittent, and you choose that right there with that collar. Then slow, consistent, and then fast. Hopefully this rain subsides and the new owner's not driving home in too much rain. Now we do have paddles, downshift and upshift, and they are tied to the back of the steering wheel, so they turn when you turn, so you can manually select your gears with a 6-speed automatic. And it's not a CVT, it's a Toyota 6-speed automatic in this. They've chose different vents for the center versus your circular ones on the side. Nice little infotainment screen. So no built-in nav in this because you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the majority of people have a smartphone now with data. Under apps, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You will get a 3-year subscription to the My Subaru app with most new Subarus, the BRZ included. The screen's also our backup camera as soon as I put it in reverse. Backup sensors are saying, hey, we're pretty close to that EV charger. If it thinks I'm gonna hit something in reverse, it'll apply the brakes. And then as I turn the wheel, those orange lines move, show you where you're gonna end up if you keep the wheel turned that way. Home just takes you here and go into radio, home, more controls, tuning knob, volume knob. You still have a lot of physical dials in this, hasn't gone all digital. Climate controls are displayed below. It is dual zone climate, ranged from 15 on the low side, sorry. I believe it's all the way up to 29 and a half. Freezing to tropical. It is easy to sync it back to just driver controlled. We've got fan strength here. And then whenever I touch this mode button, it's gonna change where the airflow is being directed. And of course we have our heated side mirrors and back window. You can recirculate it for AC. You've got max AC, regular AC. AC's on right now because there's moisture in the air. It's moving moisture around so we don't fog up. Or you can turn off the climate control system altogether. And then to turn it on, you can either click that or you just twist the fan. Really easy. Just front defrost. As I mentioned, 6-speed automatic, reverse neutral drive, full manual mode. You can shift from here if you want, or you have the paddles, whatever your preference is. And you can do that on the fly. You can be driving and decide you want to go to full manual mode, and then you can just push it back to drive as well. You don't have to be stopped to do that. But nice shifter boot. Red contrast on everything here. It's quite nice. Heated seats, high and low for both the driver and passenger, and that is only in the Sport-Tech. The entry level does not get heated seats. Turn that off. So on the center here, we have traction control. We've got track mode, and then we have snow mode, and we have sport mode. So when I press off, we get traction control off. I have to press and hold for track mode, press and hold, and it changes that, turns everything off. You've got your tachometer in the middle there, small digital speedo. Important things to see when you're driving, and you just have to press and release to turn that off. And then we've got snow mode. I press down on it and it turns on snow mode there. And when I press up to sport, it goes to sport. You can see those little changes. And then I just tap the exact same one that I was on. So if I'm on snow, I press snow again to turn it off. Now, this is the one complaint that I've got or read online about the new BRZ, the armrest / cup holder. I have a little bit of one here, but the cup holder is behind me and I have the seat all the way back. It's also where our USBs for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto charging are. Aux is there as well. So that's the one complaint, but if the only complaint is an armrest, that's really not that bad. Up top, we have access to the My Subaru connected services. SOS gets you help. Blue is for your roadside. You'll get a little green light when it's enabled. Visor has your sunglass storage, much like a Crosstrek or an Impreza. Vanity light with mirror, and then you can pull this over. Block it. And both sides have the ability to move it either side. So let's take a look under the hood. I'm going to turn this off. Nice little BRZ animation when you shut it off. Hood release for this, way down here by your aluminum pedal covers. And as I'd mentioned before, 2.4 liter, naturally aspirated. This does run on premium fuel. And just like every other Subaru, I go into the right-hand side of the Subaru logo, move from right to left. 2.4 liter turbocharged. First thing when I see the intake and where it says the D45 Boxer with the intake right there, I think face hugger from Alien. I don't know if I'm crazy. You guys tell me what your thoughts are. Got fixed strut braces, batteries back there, and pretty much everything the average consumer is going to touch is in yellow. Coolant, dipstick, brake fluid, washer fluid, oil. Filter is up top on this. And then I just like to drop them. I don't like to push the hood down when it's there. I feel like I'm going to break it. So that is a very quick 2023 Subaru BRZ. Normally I do a little bit more in-depth, but because the owner's just finishing up insurance, I didn't want to be too long. So if you guys have any questions about this car behind me, any of the tech in it, any of the Subarus, or questions about a different Subaru that's not in this vehicle, please put them in the comments below. I'm always looking to make you guys new videos, new content. And if you're in British Columbia looking for a new Subaru, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you find your perfect Subaru. We're a smaller dealer, and a lot of the time our wait lists are a lot shorter than those at larger dealers. So thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.